Welcome back everyone. Let's go ahead and do a somewhat quick comparison of the Xbox One and Xbox One S in 2022. Now these consoles are quite a bit different nowadays because they're a little bit older, but I will definitely tell you, if you have the money, I would just recommend going up to the Xbox One S. Although it may be a little bit weirder here and there, I think this is a very solid console and a very solid upgrade. Now I think a majority of us know how these consoles kind of hold up right now. They're way more similar than not, so that's why this video is not 30 minutes long. It only has to be a few minutes. First of all, availability, kind of the same thing. You can get them for roughly around the same quantity in the used market. If you go through eBay or Craigslist, whatever you want to use, Facebook Marketplace, you can easily find a plethora of these things going on. I do like the design of the Xbox One S a lot more than I like the design of the Xbox One. But realistically speaking, if you're talking about, software, if you're talking about gaming library and all that stuff, you are relatively getting pretty much the same type of experience between both. So that's a big thing to keep in mind. So the same games you can play in your Xbox One, you can pretty much play with your Xbox One S and so on and so forth. The port selection is very similar as well between these two, although the Xbox One S is a much smaller console and it pretty much fixed a lot of the issues that we had with the Xbox One. With the Xbox One, it was notoriously loud and it was a little glitchy here and there. The One S kind of fixed a lot of those situations too, which is so cool. Now, you had a 1TB model of the Xbox One S, where the base model of the Xbox One had 500 gigabytes. You can get up to 2 terabytes on the Xbox One S, which is really cool. But the resolution you can output to is 4K on the Xbox One S for certain videos, where the Xbox One was only 1080p, so there wasn't even a 4K option on the Xbox One. There was also no HDR option on the Xbox One either. So right there, you're also getting a lot more capability on the Xbox One S, and you could also output Blu-ray video up to 4K too. So those things are really awesome, and in my opinion, those are some of the most important things about the Xbox One S in my opinion. Now controller wise, they had pretty much the same type of controller for the most part, but when you consider the price tag and when you consider everything combined with them, I just think the Xbox One S is a much better console nowadays than the Xbox One. I think if you're talking about modability and kind of going down that route, you may be getting a little bit of a better experience with the Xbox One, but I just kind of look at the Xbox One S and it kind of does fix a lot of the issues that the Xbox One kind of had. Even though the Xbox One may be a little bit better in some areas, such as price tag and maybe some modding capability too, you have to keep in mind that one of my main issues with the Xbox One was, first of all, the size of it. I think it was just a little bit too big, it was just a little bit too big of a console. But I think with the Xbox One S, like I mentioned, it kind of fixes a lot of different things that I kind of had issues with the original Xbox One. So I definitely do think in 2022, I would recommend just buying an Xbox One S over the Xbox One any day, and that's probably what I would recommend you doing in this specific situation. So that kind of covers it up for the most part. If you have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.